Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss spin-only formula and orbital contribution to the magnetic moment. The overall magnetic moment of the atom is equal to spin magnetic moment, that is mu s, plus orbital magnetic moment, that is mu 1. When a molecule containing unpaired electron is placed in a magnetic field, generally electron tries to align in the direction of your magnetic field. This can be achieved by two ways. First, by adopting the spin motion in direction of your magnetic field. Second, by adopting orbital motion in direction of your magnetic field. This word, that is spin motion. What is spin motion? It is the motion of electron along its own axis, while orbital motion, it is the motion of electron around the nucleus of your atom. So in order for an electron to contribute to the orbital angular momentum, the orbital in which it resides must able to transform into exactly identical and degenerated orbital by simple rotation. It is important. It is the rotation of the electron which induces orbital contribution. For example, in an octahedral complex, the degenerated T2G set of orbitals that is dxz, dxy, dyz can be interconverted by 90-degree rotation. However, the orbital in it Eg subset, that is dz square and dx square minus y square, cannot be interconverted by the rotation about any axis. Why? Because they are orbital on your axes. You cannot convert z axis into x and y axis. Therefore, an electron in Eg set does not contribute. This statement is very much important. Does not contribute orbital angular momentum, and it is said to be quenched. The word quenched means simply prevented. In the free ion case, the electron can be transformed between any two of the orbital as they are all degenerated. But there will still be partial orbital quenching as the orbital are not identical. Electron in the T2G set do not always, this is important, orbital in T2G set do not always contribute to the orbital angular momentum. For example, in case of T2G3, in electronic configuration, when we come across electronic configuration T2G3, an electron in xz orbital cannot be by rotation be placed in yz orbital, because yz orbital already contain a electron with the same spin. This process is basically a quenching. When electron cannot be placed into other orbital which is degenerated by simple rotation, then that process is simply known as quenching, that is prevention. In case of compounds of 3D block elements, the orbital motion is quenched, that is prevented. As a result, one can take into account only the spin motion, neglecting the orbital motion. That is, only spin motion of electron is considered, not the orbital motion of electron is considered while calculation of your mu effective. In case of spin only magnetic moment, it is given by spin of sorry in such in a such a cases, the spin only magnetic moment is given by, that is mu s is equal to under root of 4s into bracket s plus 1 bm, where s is resultant spin quantum number. It is important. S is resultant spin quantum number. It is not a simple spin, it is the resultant spin. And mu s, it is the spin only magnetic moment. Bm is Bohr magneton. But as each unpaired electron has a spin quantum number half, each electron have a spin that is equal to half. So for n electron, one can write s is equal to n by 2 simply. So mu s is equal to under root of 4 multiplied by n by 2 into bracket n by 2 plus 1. So when we solve this, we comes with under root n into bracket n plus 2 Bohr magneton. This is the important formula which are used in numerical. This formula and this formula basically used to solve the numerical, which we see in numerical part. Sorry. There are, however, cases that spin only formula does not give a correct values for a magnetic moment. This formula is also not applicable to all the cases. Such a cases arises in octahedral complex where T2G orbitals are unsymmetrically filled, and in case of tetrahedral complexes where T2 set is unsymmetrically filled. Now just see where this formula is not applied. So in octahedral cases, when your T2G orbital, if you see in this all this electronic configuration, your T2G orbitals are unsymmetrically filled, they are not symmetrically filled. And in tetrahedral cases, your T2 orbital, just see here, they are unsymmetrically filled. So when your orbitals, that is T2G set of orbital in octahedral complexes and T2 set of orbital in tetrahedral complexes are unsymmetrically filled, then in that case these are two formula, that is mu s under root of 4s s plus 1 and mu s under root of n into bracket n plus 2, it is not applicable basically. In case of compound of the elements of higher D series, second and third transition series, and especially in lanthanides, the orbital motion is not quench. It is important. In a lanthanides, orbital motions are not quench. So it is necessary to consider the orbital contribution of your magnetic moment. In higher transition series elements and in lanthanides and actinides, the spin motion and orbital motion coupled together to give new quantum number, which is generally denoted by J. So J is equal to L minus S. It is used when the shell is less than half filled, and J is equal to L plus S is used when your shell is half filled or more than half filled. The value of J is related to magnetic moment given by mu effective, that is mu J is equal to G under root of J into bracket J plus 1 over magneton, where J is a Landis-Splitting constant, and it is defined as the ratio of spin magnetic moment to the spin angular moment. It is given by G is equal to 1 plus S into bracket S plus 1 minus L into bracket L plus 1 plus J into bracket J plus 1 divided by twice J plus 1. The values obtained using this formula are very close to that of observed value for your lanthanide series. So basically, when we are going to calculate mu effective or mu for lanthanides, then this formula is used, and for other compounds, when we are going to calculate mu, then your this two formula is used. Due to the quenching of orbital motion of metal orbitals with a ligand orbital in a complexes of 3D series element, the magnetic moment of dipositive ions increases with the number of electron up to Mn2 plus. It is important statement. The magnetic moment of dipositive ions increases with the number of electron up to Mn2 plus, and then it is a decreases due to the pairing of electron. Just see variation of magnetic moment of your dipositive ions, that is 3D series. So in this chart we see that from your metal number, atomic number 22 to up to the 25, the value goes on increasing, because at 25 it is the number of manganese, that is Mn2 plus, and then this value goes on decreasing because then the pairing of electron takes place in your d orbital basically. In case of tripositive ion of the lanthanide, it is expected that gadolinium should have highest value of magnetic moment, and it has 7 unpaired of electron, but it is not the actual case, because 4f orbital is a 2 shell differ. Gadolinium does not have highest value because 4f orbital is a 2 shell differ, and so the orbital motion is not quenched by the ligand orbital. The variation in magnetic moment is shown as this graph. So just see here, we see that first this trend is going to be increases, so we can say up to the your metal number 60 the value get increases, then it is suddenly get decreases, so it simply means that there are pairing going to be occur, and then this value is further increases up to your maximum value is obtained for your HO3 plus and dy instead of gadolinium 3 plus. So in next class we are going to see magnetic properties of complexes of 3D series element. Thank you very much.